Alright, let's get things going here. Got the IS-6 up. Just make sure everything's working over here. Hello everyone. Gonna be starting out with the IS-6 today. Gonna be playing primarily tier 8s to start out, premium tanks. I'll play my 6s, 7s as well. Gonna be trying to grind out some credits on today's stream, but towards the, a little bit later on, I'll be playing, since I streamed for 3 hours today. Any other requests I'll do. But yeah, trying to stick mainly premium tanks right now in the beginning just to get some credits. I put off a 50% credit booster. And hello Simon, hi Uber, and Anthony as well. Nice to see you guys. But yeah, so far I grinded out about nearly 2 million credits yesterday, and yeah, just going for a little bit more here today. See how that works out. Alright, just need to tweak a couple things here. Hello SCOD. Yes, the credit grind is very real. At first you think experience is kind of holding you back, but credits, that's the kicker. Nice, Anthony. Well, hopefully you can get a complete set before you need to plop them into something. That sounds so weird, the way that they handle female crew members. Which hopefully, I don't know if you guys saw the video I put out earlier today. Yesterday I hopped on for a little bit of grinding towards the end, and pretty awesome match in the T40 100. I had a couple other replays I have finished too, that I'll probably be releasing one tomorrow as well. It's kind of a doozy. It's an ace tanker match in the PZ-34, the tank I'm currently grinding for the Germans, not American. And I ended up quitting after I died, thinking like we're gonna win. We're up by like 5 tanks or something. We got annihilated by 2 E25s on Malinovka, and yeah, the one guy ended up getting, I don't even know how to pronounce it, the medal where you single-handedly stand against, like, he destroyed 6 tanks after I left and got 9 total, and he absolutely wrecked us. I shouldn't have taken that shot. KB2, no! Super Persian, you need to stay alive for me. Alright, buddy. Here we go. Yeah, the light tank ones are actually probably the hardest, I would say. I don't need to use APCR here and all these guys, but being down here alone, I would rather not take the chance with the IS-6 gun, honestly. I need to start playing a little bit safer now, since I don't have any repair or med kits. Hopefully this charioteer can help us out. They're starting to break for it. Yeah, I know what it's called. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce the damn thing. I know better. Crap. I thought he was gonna, peek back up a little bit. Sorry, Super Persian. Which, holy crap, our team is slowly starting to fall here. I'm gonna switch back to APCR. I got the charioteer coming up. Shit. That's gonna do it there, unfortunately. His side armor was, pretty heavily angled, and yet I, still shot at it like a dummy. Try to prevent him from flipping me around here. I might be able to get one more shot off. got me. Oh well. I tried my best down here. It was just the two of us. I don't know how they lost against the rest of the team, but somehow they did. Yeah. But still got 3k damage, so I'll still make a little bit of credits there. But it's definitely hard for you, Anthony, you know, since you're just starting out to have a good selection of tanks. But if anyone has requests, I'll gladly take them. As far as premium tanks go, just to start the stream out. It's like I need something like 20 million credits or something for the tanks I need to buy here in the next, you know, couple weeks. My freaking cord here is deciding to tangle up. It's annoying the hell out of me. Plus my dog's being a little bit needy today. Alright. Yeah, I'll be going to just about 7 p.m. today. T95, I have no idea. I'm heading up north here. Hello Gary, nice to see you. Yeah, I can play the French premiums I have. I think I just have the FCM now. Do I have more premiums than that? Okay, as far as normal videos coming out, like I said, I have one I'm gonna put out tomorrow. I also I might be able to finish some tonight, but I have a PZ58 Ace Tanker matchup too that I just finished. Finally, it took me a little bit to get it set up, but I have it finally set up on this PC here, because all my doing voiceover and stuff, I had it, my editing stuff on the other computer, but finally got that all set up over here now. Alright, T95, he's just going to wiggle around the base for a bit. About right. I'm sure he's going to make it our way. Shit, I'll do it IS-6. There's a GW Tiger I do have to worry about. Let's see if anybody heads this way, which I'll gladly take him out. Don't know what that light tank was thinking, but I think he thought wrong. Oh shit. The BK 4502B there, I can't damage him. Even with APCR, there's very few spots that I can get him. Which, excuse my usage of premium rounds here, but using a 50% credit modifier, you can give a little bit more wiggle room with it. Which unfortunately I can't spot the Borsig there. He's using that spot back in B2, B3. And yeah, I don't even know if he knows that my V range doesn't extend out that far. But a little bit of a conundrum right now. Ooh, they should get shots here. I'm just gonna try to keep them lit. I'm not trying to spot anybody. We're not trying to shoot anybody. I'm just trying to keep them lit up. Alright, our T95's up here, but pay attention, IS-6. There's a reason, you know, a huge chunk of my HP went away. I'll try to help this T95 out. Not get completely whacked by Artie or a TD or something else here. It's just little. Yeah, there's a Scorpion G. Not good for me. Yep, I need to get back here, hopefully. It just sucks because we're actually a bit ahead here, but at the same time, we're in a bit of a pickle because we can't really push up with the tanks that we have. T95 can definitely push, but it's going to be a challenge for me. Shit, it's IS-3 and BK look like they're thinking about pushing on my backside. I'm just trying to give this T95 a little bit of help. Very nice. I just don't want this Leopard, you know, to get side shots on him for free. But at the same time, I didn't want to die. And unfortunately, that's what's happened. The KV-5's armor, you know, is good against most things that it faces, but once you start getting those tier 9 guns on it, they can just punch right through essentially every single piece of your armor, as long as they don't hit an angled piece. Which, we won Fjords. Props to them. I was pretty concerned there. Yeah, those two pulled it off. Specifically the T-54. Damn, he got 8 kills and yeah, Radley Walters. Yeah, pretty nice though. Give that guy credit. So yeah, for French premiums, I can play the FCM-50T. Unfortunately, I don't have any other high tier ones, Anthony, the tier 8 ones. I forgot to click off tier 5 for the tiers 2. But if anyone has any other specific tanks they want to see, I'll gladly get them. But I'm just gonna, you know, hop around to a bunch of different premiums right now. And then once I get through most of this, you know, hour and a half or so, I'll take any normal tank requests. I'm just hoping after the stream today and this credit grind, I'll have enough to get 2 more German medium and light tanks, and then enough credits to where I'm almost to one of the other tanks, like the OHO or something else that I'm grinding. Yeah, nothing extremely soon for the FCM here. They do have the, what is it, the AMX, I forget, whatever it's called, the Liberté or whatever. I don't even know why he started this conversation here. That'll be replacing it eventually, but it doesn't look like it's coming out super soon. Well, there's the CDC and there's also the M4A1. What is it? Revelaze or I can't say it. I'll take a chance here. They're not aiming at me. I always take a chance there if I don't see someone up as far as, you know, this little corner here. Especially in a tank with, tongue there. Tank with decent gun depression. It's T29 though, that's not exactly bright, dude. Fortunately, we don't have a big gun behind us. That could be an issue. Come on. He's got 2 marks on his tank too. He should be... saying help, exactly side scrape there. Only because there's not many of us up here. So I've gotta worry about this guy flanking us, which looks like it's got shot for you. You should be thankful. It's just, yeah, right now we're a little bit lacking on the tank side. I think we have WZ-111 in our base, and an IS and a Chivri also sitting back. And the enemy's actually attacking, you know, pretty hard here. So it just feels like, you know, we're lacking a couple tanks here to make a difference. But T-29's starting to, you know, deflect a couple more shots here. Trying my best to, but I'm gonna get hit by Artie here very soon. My FPS, for whatever reason today, is not liking me. Shit. Gotta start making this count a little bit more. I thought he was gonna flank me a little bit quicker than what he's doing now. Go. Alright, this is actually starting to work out here. I was worried, but a little bit better now. I did just take a shot that I shouldn't have. Shit, this tank has a little bit more armor than I will like to face with just AP rounds. Hoping to keep him out there. Our Artie can hit him there. But keeping him spotted is another thing. I'm gonna try to hop up here. Hey, you want a Type 59? Good for you. Pretty awesome, Doug. I won I was about to say a bunch of gold today, but I won like 50 gold. And a bunch of like fire extinguishers today. It's really not my luck. I'm not good with, I don't really gamble or anything in real life. I'm not good at luck-based events. I'm gonna try to keep playing hard here. But I'm gonna try to do it. No, I don't have 6 cents on this. I don't have any French heavies aside from this, so. Ooh, Lord, and I'm dead. Like E25, if you had moved up with us, we would have been in a lot better situation, but yeah. I was trying to push, boop, bang, but object played that well and moved back. Alright, and we lost airfield, unfortunately. Wonder how exactly that turned out. Our T95 was doing pretty good. Or it looked like he was doing good. It's pretty close though. It doesn't look like no other requests as of yet. I'll add my tier 5s in the mix, but why don't I switch it up a little bit with the Scorpion here. Yeah. Honestly, if I didn't have a Type 59, I would definitely take that over E25. It's not as, you know, legendary as it is made out to be, but it still earns a pretty good amount of credits. And it mainly has Matchmaker on its side. It's like the T54 Mod 1's probably the better tank, statistically, if I remember. But Matchmaking definitely gives the Type an edge over it. So it would be nice if we would push here. I honestly can't really influence that. I like pushing straight ahead very hard, but in this tank, that would be extremely stupid on my part. I'm just gonna hang back for a first shot. I typically don't do that. You said type. I guess assume type 59. What other did you win a type 62? Type 62 ain't bad either. Yeah, I thought someone would leave me alone because, you know, I'll spot it, but by the time he shot me, I was unspotted for a few seconds. The third person camera to kind of find people through, you know, the trees. But I honestly never go back here, so my knowledge of spots here is extremely limited. Type 62 isn't bad. I actually really like playing mine. You know, it's a light tank, so you got that against it, but hello, armored. Is there a problem with the map being very large? Ooh, that's a pretty nice shot there. I can actually hop into Type 62. Try to show you that it's not as bad as its reputation sometimes. Alright. Crap. Waiting a little bit long there. Yeah, I had actually won the Torn 3 the first day of the tank rewards thing. But I already had it, so I got the gold for it. Which, yeah, I'll take it. But alright. I'm starting to get a little bit impatient here. I think we're doing good, but I really want to know why my FPS is acting up today. It usually, you know, stays right at 60, but today, even though I might know why it's acting up a little bit. I'll have to fix that after the battle here. I changed the settings a little bit in OBS. It shouldn't have an effect on streaming, but you never know. Well, you think it takes up too much space, but this is gonna hurt a little bit. A lot of it. Never mind. Thank you for sparing me and going after the poor light tank. Probably has more armor than I do. I personally like the mini-map larger because, you know, it doesn't take up any, even if it's smaller, it doesn't take up anything useful down there than it otherwise would. I'm actually going to turn around. We just don't have a ton of HP back there. Shit. That's a problem. Got a Cromwell behind me. Granted, unless it's a low roll, I can one-shot him. Or no, I can, you know, completely whiff there. Fantastic. There we go. You know, taking a shot I didn't need to there, but thought I was fine. Get him out, and IS-3 is gonna get me here, unfortunately. Yep. Oh well. I definitely messed up a little bit there, but 300 damage. Let me try to fix this setting I got here real quick. Hopefully this doesn't completely mess up the stream here. Stream just might cut out for a second here, guys, so be back in 1 second. There we go. Alright, it's definitely gonna... Here we go. Yeah, just... I had to fix something real quick. But that should fix what's going on my end. I was just getting a lot of little like stutters, and my FPS is changing a little bit, and it was starting to annoy me a little bit. But all should be good. Let me know if it does not pop back up though. But unfortunately, we just lost ends. I definitely screwed up there, and that IS-3 gets popped right in. But, I did alright statistically, but still a loss. Alright. So, type 62 here. Yeah, unfortunately I was doing recordings earlier, like I said, and I was recording them at 60 FPS. I forgot to dial that down to 30. So the stream here was hovering between 30 and 60 FPS, and it was just messing up a little bit. So I can output 60 FPS, but I need to dial it down a little bit in the quality, and for the stream I'd rather get 30 FPS higher quality than 60 with lower quality. So that's where it was causing a few little issues there, but hopefully it's working for you guys. It looks like it's working on my end, on my watch page. So onto the Type 62. Accentuate Type 62, as far as I remember, essentially a fully upgraded WZ-13, or no, a stock WZ-131 for the most part. Just trying to get a couple spots here. Much damage as I will with just the Cromwell, but hopefully one of my other tanks comes in here. Nope. Alright. Let's say, facing a tank one-on-one like that is, you know, I knew I was going to win, but I was doing my best not to take that much damage because it's going to hurt me down the road. Right now, Lobby Boss, I'm doing just premium tanks until my credit boost runs out. Then I can do standard tanks for you. Light up here a little bit. Do have a KV-5 over yonder. Can't really pen him with even my heat rounds, but I can try to break his gun. That I can do. Granted, with him showing his side turret, I can pump a heat round through that, actually. Just your AP pen on this is a little bit low. You got to keep that in mind. Yeah, it's just right now I need a crap ton of credits, so I'm doing my best to try to get a little bit of a leg up on the credits that I need. Crap. Yeah, I can play both of them. This guy's gonna be a thorn in my side. That's the problem with the Type 62. The main problem of the Type 62 is the lack of penetration. Right now I'm blowing through credits, which I'm gonna get reset here regardless of whether I stay on the cap or not. So it's better for me to run away right here. I don't want to leave the T-34 alone. I just want to not die right now, for lack of better words. I'm trying my best. Shit, I just missed that. Oh lord, that's not good for him. Or me, but... yeah, this is gonna be an expensive one. Come on, come on. There we go. Don't know why the Borsig pushed in like that. Yeah. He did though. Unfortunately for him, he does not have any armor. I can get to those requests. I'm naming a lot here. Just trying to... It's hard playing lights at times. Yeah, I got the Type, I got the KV5, got the IS-6, and the Swedish one. Best to get more damage here, but at the same time, this is definitely... Yeah, I was just trying to get a little bit more damage before I end up dying, but I did 2200 damage. That's going to be really expensive with the amount of heat I was throwing, but the Type 62, I still like it. It is definitely not, you know, statistically it's not the best tank in the world. Like, I can add that to the comparison, and then basically it's closest relative here. Let's get that fully upgrade. Let me see what gun. I kind of forget what gun the Type 62 has, honestly. Alright, it's got the 85. Alright, so let's pop that on there and compare the two. But comparing the two, as you see, the WZ-131 is a little bit better. Although 85mm, the Type 62, I believe, either has that, one of the lesser, but you do lose out on quite a few stats. So it's one of those premiums where it doesn't really get better matchmaking as far as I know, but it's not a bad tank. It's it's just hard if you don't play lights a lot, which you said you do or don't Uber. So yeah. But I kind of like it. I do pretty well on it. For a light tank, it's definitely hard, as you kind of see there. You need a bit of heat rounds in it because penetration wise you come across a lot of tanks where you cannot pen them, but most matches I just zip around and spot things and, you know, shoot off rounds when I know I'm spotted. But it's one of those tanks where you just mainly focus on spotting. Yeah, I can do the SCOD T40 as well. SCOD must have spent more than $100. Add a zero to that. Even just in premium time, the game costs. Granted, I get a lot of things when they're on sale and stuff, but game costs $15 a month just for premium, I believe. I would round it down to 10 because I always buy it on sale, or even less than that. But even considering that, I've played since I even forget when now, like 2000, end of 2011, early 2012. So, hello, sergeants. Hey, I never said it's the best tank in the world, Uber. I guess there's just something about the tank where statistically, like you kind of saw that there, the WZ-131's better in every single way. But the Type 62, for whatever reason, it just works for some reason. I don't know how to explain it. It's one of those tanks where I feel like it's definitely a good tank in the sense of when they used to balance them according to premiums being slightly worse than their counterparts, but I do kind of agree it's not the best premium right now, but yeah, at least it's a light tank and has speed on its side, speed, size, and it's got alright view range. I'll stop talking about it. Crap. I need to stop talking about the 62 because yeah, I make stupid choices when I start talking about stuff and not focusing on the match. I saw him there. I don't know why I did that. That's one thing I need to work on a little bit is as far as when I stream and when I don't stream, I definitely get a little distracted when I stream, and it definitely I make some really stupid boneheaded moves, but I still love doing it. Just need to keep myself a little bit more focused. I don't get what your question is about, Lolly Boss. It's like one clearly sounds better than the other. It's like throwing gold out of an IS-7 makes it a pretty damn good tank. Not that it's not good already. Yep, and I do not have a repair kit here. Yeah, thank you for taking that shot for me. Oh, there. Yeah, I would say that we're a little bit screwed up here. And FV304 finishes me off. Yep. I definitely fudged that up, but I hate playing from that side, honestly. The other side, you have a lot better of a team makeup usually. Your team pushes more up and compared to hanging back more. But hey, somehow did the most amount of damage in that Type 62. But alright, so after this, why don't I do the SCOD, then I'll hop in to the Swedish tank, the IS-6 KB5. I guess spam IS-7 APCR. I don't know how that makes you a noob though. Just I don't think anybody likes having horrible teams, but yeah, you never know. It's like I definitely screwed up that last match taking that shot. I wasn't able to stay up as far as I wanted to, but yep. Okie dokie. So SCOD T40, I'm definitely not pushing as hard, considering they have a KV2, KV85. I'm just gonna hang back here, at base to start with. Kind of see where their team ends up, then I'll decide where I want to push in. The gold spamming, it's definitely annoying. I think I get annoyed at people throwing it at me, but it's completely a part of the game right now. It's like you see how much I use some matches. It's just, without it right now, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. It's like I use it, it's just, yeah. Right now, unfortunately, it's part of the game, and until they change that, I definitely get annoyed at people who throw it at you for no reason, but some tanks actually need it to stay competitive right now. Granted, I will agree that the IS-7 doesn't need gold, you know, 100% of the time. Sometimes you do require a little bit. KV2's not able to hit me, but there is that PZ just outside my V range, unfortunately. Right, Mr. Cromwell. Fortunately for you, this gun hits hard, but it's not exactly the most user-friendly until somehow its shot bends towards you. I'm glad that didn't go dead center. But yeah, currently in the game, like every single tank I have, it's got premium rounds on it. It's just something, if you don't load them right now, then you know you're at a pretty large disadvantage compared to other people. Back when I started though, like you got gold rounds thrown at you, like that person got basically bitched out of the match because you had to spend real gold, you know, real money to use them in random battles. That was pretty much reserved for clan wars only. I don't have the V range to really work as well as I would like out there. Might be making a little bit of a mistake here pushing in here, but I'm just gonna hope I don't come across the KV2. That would definitely not be good for my tank. Just hoping that they... I wish I'd made it up a little bit sooner. There, this Hellcat though. I'm gonna take a chance here. Probably. Shit. I'd say probably gonna regret it, but at least he didn't kill me. Unfortunately though, you know, this gun is not the most accurate in the world. Team's still holding up decently here. Shit. Oh, I can't believe I missed that shot. That was on me. That wasn't even this gun. I don't know why you're getting angry, Lolly Boss. Like, you need to chill out a little bit. Critical hit on him. Go. And oh god. I didn't even notice. Didn't even notice him. Alright, so after this request, I was gonna play the Swedish tank, I think. Alright, so usually I don't head to the center, but I'm probably going to head up here. Only because I don't want to get myself way up here and not be able to help out. But with their SVGs, they can hit us pretty damn well up there. So alright. So I'm just kind of at a loss where to go right now. It's just both sides, you know, with the TDs and SVGs mixing up most of the team. It makes it a little bit hard to figure out, especially with this tank where you don't have a lot of HP, you have no armor, and your hull's pretty large, but a little bit lack of gun depression. Oh god, this. Oh, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be really bad, actually. I might take a hit here, but taking my chances because that T25, it's got a decent gun on it, but it's not the most accurate gun in the world. So yeah, a lot of the heavies come around the corner, and then you're gonna get already freaking to death. But what do we know? Loading the APCR up just in case I run into something a little bit beefier than like a light tank over here. It's just, right now with all of our TDs sitting there, it's a little bit hard to say that I want to push. ELC. Those things are, I love playing one. You just get so many people missing you, but man, if those things are not annoying to shoot at. But as far as what's happening in chat, like, everyone's entitled to their opinion. You can't take everything personal. Very nice if this might hurt me, but shit. Yeah. Honestly, it's not even a big deal. Like, alright, this is not good. I'm just trying to get down here because I have this tank that I can position behind. He gonna maybe he will. There we go. Thank you, Grill. Let's see, this T67's gonna light up if that E25's there or not. Don't know why he chose to push out, but yeah, he did. He done did that, or he done that. I'm getting myself tongue-tied here. Oh lord, I actually got spotted. I think I can make it before he can take another shot. There we go. At least our TDs are moving up now. I'm grateful for that. I really wish I had APCR. Just my AP against the lower plate on this J Panther. It's low enough to where I can, you know, bounce off of it. PZ4 popped out. I'm kind of, you know. That shot went really wide right, and I was hoping it was going to go left to help me out a little bit. Do I know Jacksepticeye's song? I had no idea. I have no idea who that person is. Oh no, I'm dead. Hopefully we win this though. We still got a pretty good leg up on the enemy. Yeah, we should be able to get that. I did 1300 damage. I don't like going to the center there because oftentimes to take a shot, you gotta, receive one. And I wasn't really liking that. We lost Siegfried Line. Thought I'd clicked. That was pretty quick. Are we capping them when I jumped out? That was pretty quick to destroy all their tanks. Yeah, I'm kind of... Ooh, we got rolled there. Damn. I thought we're, doing all right. So after this, I think the requests were IS-6 and KV-5 again. Well, Blitz's matchmaking plus or minus 1. Like, honestly, yes, it would definitely get people to stop complaining a little bit on PC, but I honestly think plus or minus 2 is perfectly fine. Like, light tanks, they're going to be coming out with tier 10 lights. That'll fix lights having plus or minus 3 or plus or minus 4 sometimes. But, it's definitely... I don't think it's an issue plus or minus 2. Like, I do think, the tier 6 and tier 8 match should get a little bit of a boost to say like their HP, kind of scale it in a way. I've gone over that before. But just HP to kind of prevent 1-shots and 2-shots. But yeah, like I started the game and it was plus or minus 4 matchmaking, if not even higher for most tanks. Like, you'd be playing, say, like a KV2. That used to just be the KV at tier 5. The KV1 and KV2 were the same tank. You used to see, like, tier 9 tanks, and you'd come across, like, back then, I don't even think the E75 wasn't even out. Like, you'd come across, like, frickin' tanks you had no chance at, and you just, like, hit in a corner and cried. But they actually... Wargaming talked about it. Apparently the Russian market and even a lot of the European market likes, when their tanks are top tier, you can kind of, bully other tanks, and once you make it to like tier 10, you're always top tier. And they don't see too much of an issue, grinding your ways up and lower tiers, getting smashed by higher tiers. Yeah, I know who PewDiePie is. I don't particularly watch him. I don't really like watching people like that though. Well, same can be said with pretty much any competitive game. Like, if you lose someone early enough, regardless on the game, someone's gonna complain about you already having lost. Right, I definitely don't need APCR here. I thought I was gonna run into like a T32 or something a little bit beefier. That did not happen. Alright, T37, you're in the way of the Tiger 2, but yeah. Unfortunately, they got their TDs back there. Okay. I'm gonna have a little bit of trouble pushing now. Well, I lost my HP, but also we have this issue here. Too many people sitting back there. So again, another instance where, people sitting back, it does more harm than good. Like, you let the enemy pretty much advance easier in most cases, but I'll fall back to a slightly safer spot here. So I don't think the Tiger 2 or anybody else on their team is actually going to push to town now. Well, that's very true. It's definitely a different mentality outside of, say, the NA server, and even like the Asian server and stuff like that. But like, the game's definitely, it's come a long ways. Like, you can definitely look up old videos of World of Tanks, but specifically if you look at some of mine, you'll see some even like the best T30 match that I have up, my really old one that I repost from time to time, the 11 kills. That one, like it's like shooting fish in a barrel back then. Like you're facing like tier 7, tier 6 tanks and a tier 10, just like 750 damage gun, and poof, they're gone. I'm surprised the IS-3 pushing as easy as he is here. It'd be nice if I can pop that Scorpion now. Thank you very much for pushing up there. That was a pretty big mistake on that guy's part. And yeah. I didn't want to go for the hatch just because of the accuracy on this thing, but really the only shot, but the best chance at hitting him. Thank you, Artie. Both of those shots just right over. Shit, there's a super person on my right. I should never mind. Seeing if I can help out over here, but here we go. That guy moved a little bit. He's gone now. I think we're ahead here. I just don't wanna die just yet. Just trying to keep my cheek here that's under my gun behind that rock. Crap. That's not good. Not good at all. Thank you very much. Hello, Rich. Nice to see you. Hopefully you're having a good day. My day's going pretty well. Yeah, I don't know, it's like plus or minus one. I think it would be better. Like, it's definitely better as far as, you know, balance goes and like fairness, but I don't see any problems with plus or minus two. You know, in random battles. I just don't see a problem with it. Like, I kind of like being the underdog at times, but yeah. Alright, so decent match. Definitely nothing to light scoreboards up, but I'll take it. My little credit booster, definitely nice making 100k for a pretty mundane match. Hello, Graham. Nice to see you. But kind of getting into that, like, the more you tighten Matchmaker, kind of what like Lollyboss is saying, but really it's another thing where a lot of people overlook it. But I was reading stuff where Wargaming, they have all the stats about the game. Like, I don't completely agree with them all the time, nor should anybody, but because, you know, no one can be perfect. But as far as, you know, one-sided matches, essentially once your team, you know, falls by like 2 tanks, 3 tanks, 4 tanks compared to an enemy team, and they have that advantage over you, that's why, regardless of how they balance the game out, there's always going to be that, you know, snowball effect, steamroll, whatever you want to call it, regardless of World of Tanks or any other game. But, you know, once you get up, you know, a couple people, it's gonna be tilted in one side's favor most of the time. Like, you still can have pretty good comebacks and stuff like that, but the more you tighten Matchmaker, like, say it was plus or minus 0 and you had tier 9s against tier 9s every single time, something like that. Once you're down 1 tank, you know, you're at a pretty big, you know, disadvantage. But if you ever go down 2 or 3, it's, you know, extremely hard to actually make up that gap compared to, you know, plus or minus 2. you might lose, you know, a couple low tiers very early on, but you know that's still capable of a comeback because it hurts you a little bit less. I'm pushing hard here, people. Like, you're getting in my way right now. Like, this E75's being a little chicken over here, which I probably would too if I was in his shoes, but and Tiger 2 just typed something to his team like, god damn it. Alright, I'll take the hit here. Track him. Yeah, I brushed him a little bit, but not enough to damage him, unfortunately. Shit. It's such the perfect... I'm gonna take a hit here. But such the perfect opportunity to ram there, and I lost it. Yeah, I'll just bully this guy a little bit, but... Ooh. Thanks, Scorpion G. Where the hell did he come from? I'm gonna have to catch up on chat after the battle here. I was trying to look at it for a second and I completely messed up my, you know, lineup for the ram. Nice little quick battle here though. Win the hill, win the match. Most of the time that's the case, and you know, it's happening here. Wish I had my repair kit. This turret already travels pretty slow. If I take a hit from the M53, I'll soak it up unless it's AP. He's not sitting there. Where did you go, TVP? That away. So is Mr. M53. Now I'm starting to get a little bit concerned here. Dude, the M53 is not up there. Like, they literally drove right over his spot, like... Yeah. Here we go, we got this guy tired to come out. Oh shit. Driving backwards? I thought he was driving over like my way to kill me. That was weird. Yeah, I saw your message, Graham. That was a pretty good match there. I'm surprised that just, honestly, not to say it's not a good match, I'm surprised that was an ace in IS-7. Yeah, the whole re-roll thing, I don't get it either. But people are just... I don't know why they're so caught up in stats, honestly. Like, yeah, it's nice knowing that you're doing good in the game. Because most people, like, you play it for fun, but... You know, you also play it to hopefully do well. But... I don't know. I just don't get why people would... throw away an account they spent money on just to start a new one for stats that don't influence anything. So, but anyway, got a win here. Could have gotten a lot more damage, but I kind of fudged that up a little bit. All right, so why don't I play the super person? Here we go. What graphics card do I use? I I use it's a EVGA GTX 680. It's a classified version. So where a normal 680 would have, I think, 2 GB of VRAM, this one has 6 GB. So when I redid the PC here this year, I didn't upgrade my graphics card because really not a huge problem having 6 GB 6 GB of VRAM. This freaking cord is bothering the hell out of me. You know, it's still not the best graphics card in the world, but it works for literally every game I've played so far. I've been able to max out everything, even while, say, streaming here. I think Battlefield 1, when I hop into that, that'll give me a little run for my money. Probably only be able to do high instead of, you know, like ultra ones, but all looks good anyway. Well, unfortunately, Martin, I kind of wish they guess, like, the whole, like, removing the cross chat, I think it helped a little bit, but at the same time, I don't think it was just a band-aid. They really just need to address it all at once. But I think they're a little bit afraid, you know, because World of Tanks is a pretty old game for, you know, this day and age, especially for like an online multiplayer game. And I think they're kind of afraid, you know, to shoot themselves in the foot by, you know, alienating, you know, not a huge segment of their base of players, but enough to where, you know, it would be noticeable to them. Because World of Tanks 2.0, because they've been working on it for about 2 years now, I think. That's still, you know, at least 2 years from being released. Take that, although he's just going to repair it. Trying to get another track shot there, but that didn't work. Whoops. I hate pressing the wrong button. Very nice. So I is pushing up. Oh, thank you for destroying my gun. Come on, IS6. I know I just backed into you, but glad they weren't pushing, or else I would be stuck. Oh shit. I'm just slipping there. That OI taking my gun out really messed up my plan. We really need someone up here, honestly. I hate to ditch you, IS6, but don't push. Pushing into 3 tanks. I know the IS6 is extremely good, but I can't help against the 112. Its armor is just a little bit too good. Like, literally, I cannot pen it even with APCR, unless he angles a little bit more heavily. Come on, IS6. Let's bring him back. We got tanks sitting back there that can help us, unfortunately. Screw it. Honestly, he's wasting my time. I don't have shots on these guys. I warned him. Told him to follow me, so I just can't do any damage until they get around here. There we go. I know he's gonna bitch and complain, like I ditched him, but dude, fighting against frickin' what, 3 or 4 tanks there, and a 4BMG behind them. It's, you know, it's a lose-lose frickin' situation there. to block his shot, but yeah, unfortunately, you know, he's got all the power here. Trying to track him, and that's not exactly working. It's just the 112. It's if there's no Artie in on your team, you can't flank them. They can pretty much just roll right into you right now. So it's unfortunate, but if our IS-6 had pulled back, we would have been able to at least hold them off. So, oh god, let's hop into a light tank. Nice, Anthony. Anthony R. Wonder how I look on a 50-inch screen. Honestly, removing Artie, it wouldn't get me to quit the game, but I don't like matches without Artie, honestly. I like 1 or 2. Like 3 here is kind of pushing it, but playing a game without Artie, honestly, I don't like it. So it's just Artie does have a pretty decent role to, you know, the flow of the match, and without it, you'll just see a ton of camping, a ton of hold down tanks, and just, you know, there'd be literally no consequences playing, you know, Russian tanks would get better, American, essentially heavy tanks and TDs would get a lot better, but it would just screw up the whole balance of the game. It's like love or hate Artie, it's better than not having it at all. But who knows, maybe World of Tanks 2.0 might not have it, which, fine by me, as long as they balance the game without having it. Which, yes, I'm going to the field out here. This is something you rarely see from me because I think it's kind of pointless. That chat. Hopefully he's not really pushing as well as he could. TVP I gotta worry about. T40, not even aiming my way. I'll gladly shave off a little bit of his HP. Just gotta worry about the laser doom medium over here. Is T40 even playing? I don't think he is. But I've done what I set out to over here. Try to slink away here without completely dying, but TVP will, oh god, make you run into pillars like that. No. Shit. Are you kidding me? Let me retreat in peace. It's just now the TVP can hit me. Guessed that he was going to push back up, but I was wrong there. I can help this guy out a lot more than I am. I just honestly never go back here. I didn't even know that those little frickin' metal things existed. The 112, I wish I had one. It's probably, like I say I want an E25, but 112 would be a tank I would very much enjoy right now. Let's see if I can slip through here. I'm probably gonna get shot. Nope. Yay! I'll see how I can fare against Artie. I have a feeling I'm really bad against, you know, closing in on Artie, to be honest. I guess always seem to either run right into him or, you know, get shotgun, something stupid. If that was him, I would have just kept aiming at one of those guys. Yes, I do have, you know, the 25x enabled. I don't always use it though. Look, there's another Windows update. Let's not do that during a live stream. Ooh, nice. I know a lot of people keep it disabled. I think it helps a little bit on some specific tanks, but it's definitely, it's not something that you use every single match, of course. I would just rather have it enabled than needing it and not having it. If I use it in tanks, say like the Scorpion G, what else? Just basically anything with a ton of accuracy and no armor. That's mainly when I use it. I've been alright, Anthony R. How have you been? I haven't played the T40 yet. Right now I'm just doing, right until my credit boost runs out, premium tanks, but I'll be able to get to the T40 later on. Which, holy hell, I did the most amount of damage in that match. I am a little bit shocked there. I'm actually really, really shocked I got the most amount of damage in that match. Alright, well, I played a T34. That's close to a T30, but I'll get to the T30 once my credit boost runs up. What do you mean, how is... You can't really complete World of Tanks, but as far as like really popular streamers, specifically on the EU server, you actually get media accounts over there where, like, I used to have one about 2 years ago now, where North American server, they give them out mainly to esports players and, you know, the Wargaming Gold League people. Wargaming NA focuses more on esports for whatever reason, which is not as popular as they want it to be with the amount of money they spend. But if you don't really do that, it's a little hard to get traction. Wargaming EU though they also focus on esports, but they also focus on people who, you know, contribute to the community. I actually thought about making an EU account because I would be able to play on the EU server and get, you know, a personalized media account over there. And essentially what they entail, you have every tank unlocked, full crew skills, the whole sorts. That way, you know, you don't have to grind out tanks. You can play whatever you want, review new tanks. You actually get things earlier than others to kind of review them beforehand. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't really have access to that anymore. I actually had to go through a third party. They reached out to me over on Watt Guru. I had to go through them to get myself a temporary media account, just to be able to prove that, like, I sent X amount of new players to Wargaming, which I sent enough to be able to get it renewed up until when I kind of dial back in the summer. But, you know, most of the people that watch videos and stuff, they already play World of Tanks, so I didn't really get that too much. See you, Graham. I can get to the KV5 Lolly Boss. I didn't forget. I just played it earlier, so I don't want to keep playing the same tank over and over right now. You mean chat on YouTube? You should just be able to refresh the page. That usually fixes it for me if I'm, you know, having troubles with YouTube. Holy crap. They have a ton of people in the valley. So do we. If we had pushed town, we honestly would have completely wrecked this team. Like, if we had a ton of people here. We're still in a pretty good position, but like, it would be almost a certain win had we, you know, went with the usual, like, 10 people on this side of the center. Looks like they're gonna push this hard. Quote me on that, but I thought they were gonna push around there. They probably will now that I've moved further down this way. Sure you want to do that? WC-111? Yeah, I can play both of those tanks as well. Looks like they're doing decent against the Conqueror. They're not dead yet, so they got that going for them. Shit. He got me in the gun and through my mantlet. Damn, he hit me. Yeah, he didn't even hit my gun. He hit the board. There's a fucking TVP over here, and I bounce off of him, all things. He missed my gun. He penetrated me through the frickin' mantlet where there's a 0 armor hole there. Or hole. And, yeah. Shit. We'll avenge you. And now died to the TVP. I was trying to angle there, but if only we... Yeah, even if we just had the T30 over here, we would have... Yeah. I don't mind fighting in the valley, but south side's a little bit easier to defend. I would never push from the north. I almost always push from the south if I go that way. Yeah, I have you know, both American TDs as far as tier 10s. Alright, so, and even the tier 9s go. So next up I'll do the KV-5, then heavy tank number 6 and the Scorpion G. I can play the heavy tank number 6. I don't mind that tank. Are there any North American streamers that rival? I would say no. As far as that goes, a few North American streamers, like, not to name off a bunch of names, but a lot of them actually, you know, talk with Wargaming EU and get support through them. But a lot of, you know, people like, off the top of my head, can't name anybody, so that's why I'm not naming anybody. But almost all North American streamers, as you can see, most of them play, you know, Clan Wars, esports, and stuff like that. They do get, you know, a little bit of help from others. I don't, but but nobody at this point, like in World of Tanks, like I was saying, the game is very old, so breaking it in and rivaling someone like Quickie Baby and Jingles, stuff like that, it's almost impossible at this point, so. But, I don't know, it kind of sucks. Like, I used to know a couple people back when I was a little bit more, not to say invested, but like back when I was in a clan, I used to, you know, chat with a lot more people, and there's a couple people who worked for Wargaming who would, you know, get me codes every now and then when they had things to give out, help me out a little bit, but haven't talked with most of them in a very long time. Okay, time to get a little gold spammer here. I wanna push. There we go. Sorry, T29. the game on a North American server, it's, you know, you don't see the numbers as you would with EU streamers, primarily because the North American server is definitely not dead. I keep seeing, you know, forum posts about that, but, you know, the numbers are pretty low compared to, say, EU and definitely the Russian server. I wish I was against something with a smaller gun. Don't know what it is with frickin' cupola shots today, but they are frickin' killing me here. Stay there, please. T29, he's about to come around. I was trying to track him again. That's also a problem. Like, it's like they're popular for a reason. I don't particularly like watching, say, Jingles or Quickie Baby, but they do a pretty good, or not pretty good, they do a really good job, you know. And yeah, there's nothing against them. I just don't particularly like watching them, but I get why a lot of people watch them. They're very entertaining, and they have a lot of access to things where it's definitely informative to watch their stream, since, you know, it's basically their job, compared to, like, me, I do it just as a hobby. And T40 or T34, he is, holy crap. Didn't even notice the IS-6 had pushed there, because, yeah, we had a KV-3 and whatnot over there watching it. Starting to... I need to stop thinking about Quickie Baby. Alright. I'll head over this way. I'm gonna stick with my APCR here. I was trying to get lucky and hit that T-54 Mod 1. That obviously did not work. Shit, I actually could have hit him there. He's still over angled though. But unfortunately I'm one-shottable, so I can't really take any chances here. I can try to have him hit my track. It's just, I'm looking at the enemy right now and we're a little screwed here. They have a lot of flanking opportunities, and we don't really have much going for us. Just don't want to screw up my... Oh lord, I just turned him right into me. I can't frickin'... I hate E25s for a reason. I can't frickin', you know, aim down that low to kill him. I almost had him, but yeah, that was frustrating. But I'll give that E25 credit. I do have the T28 HTC. Uber had requested it. All right. For the next request, I will hop into the heavy tank number 6, and then I'll play Scorpion G, T28. That should get me through the rest of my credit boost. After that, I'll play the T30 TD. Drinking stream, if I ever did that, that would be probably hilarious for about the first 30 minutes. After that, yeah, it would be pretty disgusting to watch me, because I literally don't drink at all. Yep, see Anthony. Yeah, if you're on you know, towards the end, feel free to send me a message. Hey, people send me tips. I'll drink all they want. No. It would have to be like a little shot glass of like, what's like the nastiest Miller Lite. It would have to be like that. Just so I can make it to like the end of the first match. I'm hoping tomorrow I'm going to be able to get on the website stuff and a few other things I want to again. Possibly even later tonight. Just a little bit busy today. I have one tree in my yard, but my neighbors, all their leaves blow into my yard. It took me about 2 hours to just get up the first batch of what will be like 7. They're not pushing hard here. We might honestly just cap them out, which in this tank I would not be opposed to. This is why you always go to the town on encounter mode. Some people might be mad, but hell, I'll take a free win if we can get this, you know, get this here. Dun, dun, dun. They're starting to freak out, this Persian and Cromwell. This Persian heads this way, I'll be... Yeah, I'm gonna be spotted here, but... Yeah. He's gonna reset me, of course, but... He's definitely gonna die. This Cromwell's a little bit of a issue for me, though. Yes, I'm using APCR, but this thing kind of needs it. Really? An ammo rack? Thank you. Now back to our capping. I think I did enough in this tank to justify capping out. And yeah. He went out of the cap, it looks like. Let's say I thought I had a shot on him, but I guess not. I'll try to head out here to get another hit in. I do like this tank though, it definitely lacks a little bit of low gun compared to the normal Tiger if you're facing higher tiers. Hello, Jerry. Yeah, it was a pretty fun battle with you and Graham. Glad you enjoyed it. Thanks again, it got my mission done that I needed to. This is where someone types, "Get off the cap or I'll kill you." Oh, that guy, he was lucky I was not streaming. Or at least I don't think I was streaming. No, I don't think I was streaming when that happened to me a few weeks ago. Alright. Got a quick little easy win here. I'll take that in a heavy tank number 6. And unfortunately we lost Pilsen. Yeah. 2,000 damage. I consider that a little bit low in a KV5, but considering I made quite a few mistakes, I should just be happy and take it. Alright, so doing the Scorpion here, then the T28 HTC. We'll see, maybe I'll have time to do one more premium, but I might just hop straight to the T30 after that. At least I got some credits done. Like I'm going to try to do a couple of my German mediums I'm grinding in the lights, but I'm getting there as far as credits go. The 50% modifiers are definitely a blessing. I've got like 25 of them left for the 2-hour ones, and I plan to make the most out of all of them. Okay, so Honestly, let's see where this CDC heads. If he heads to the hill, I will push the hill with him. Yep. It's just this tank, it doesn't have a lot of gun depression, but if I can get far enough up the hill, there's no SVGs, I can kind of peekaboo, or peekaboom, as they say, with it. I just have to make my shots count and know what is going to hit me in return. I hope the IS-6 is not here. E-25, you're not a light tank. One down. Let's see if someone follows him up. That would be awesome. But, like I said, no Artie, so I'm, you know, content with... Ooh, Lord. I might regret going with this. I'm trying to get my track repaired, though. There we go. I'd much rather have low HP than I would a damaged ammo rack in this. That E25 almost made me regret, you know, not repairing my track. But fortunately for me, he was not hitting me in the track. Let me wait for this E2 to find another target here. Or I hope somebody pops up. Anybody? C-25's flanking them. Or it looked like he was about to flank them, but he pulled back a little bit. He's still aiming at me. It's E2. Kind of. I was just waiting until I had a sure shot on him. I didn't want to waste that because it looks like he actually has the derp gun on that. But fortunately for us, our IS-6 is sitting in the back. Even though, woo, I just took a hit there. I did not want to. Hey, at least that SU-101 did something. Gotta give him something. Unfortunately now I'm one-shottable to this SP-1C. He is, yep, heading my way. No more. My favorite food, anything taco-fied. It's like at work, I don't know if you know because you're sort of new to the stream. I'm the sous chef. I pretty much, it's what I eat at work almost every day. Whatever I have laying around, I make it to a taco. Ryan absolutely hates when I bring home tacos, like for work. Oftentimes I bring us home like lunch. It's just the perfect vessel for everything. Not a lot of bread, tons of flavor. Our team is not close here. This IS-6 looks like he's tracked, but he's not tracked anymore. I'm just waiting for him to... I just want to get one shot off on him. Now, considering you have one after the E-25, I'll be able to get two if he's still alive. Oop. Oh no, pretty decent match though. 2,400 damage. I'll take that. But yeah, it's hard for me to say what is my favorite food because I literally like eat anything and I eat a whole you know, a bunch of different stuff every day at work. Like just trying to think about what granted I work 3 days a week now compared to my usual 5 or 6 this time of year, but just trying to think what I've eaten in the past week. It's been, I don't know. Because, you know, as you're cooking, as you're cutting, you're prepping, you have mistakes as far as orders go. You're eating, like, anything from a cheeseburger 1 second to, like, a kale salad. then you're eating grouper and then cod and it's just a little bit of everything to taste, taste things, make sure it's right. But luckily I'm not allergic to anything food-wise, so I can pretty much just have at it. I was working with one person who was allergic to a lot of, basically anything shellfish, and that was, a little bit of a challenge, especially when you have to cook it. But thank God for sanitizer. It's amazing what they have now. It's like sanitizer for restaurants. You can essentially, after you're done, say, cutting shrimp on a board, you wipe your board down, clean it, sanitize it. It's ready in about 1 minute for something else to go on it. Not that every restaurant does that, unfortunately. Yeah. I kind of avoid eating at certain places, just kind of looking at how the business is run. This is actually going to be... Yeah. Not being top tier, this is going to be pretty hard for me down here. I'm honestly going to kind of turtle up here. This is kind of the point where you can't get flanked too easily. Since I have a very strong... Fortunately, the South's going to get hit very hard. Like, and soon. This is the part of the map that, typically sees the fighting here. Wish I had an AP shot for that T-32. Ouch. Ah, it was the T-34. If I knew he was there, I wouldn't have slacked off a little bit on the angle. Just the T-29, I'm not too concerned about penetrating me at this range. T-34 though can go through a lot of my tank. Unfortunately, got my gun. Yeah, the T-34 got me in that lower plate. Lower plate's very strong for a tier 7, but still not gonna hold up against stuff like that. Swapping over a little bit of APCR, just because I see... Oh shit. Ooh. I see trouble in my future here. Hoping to get back far enough. Shit, I got a ways to go here before that T-34 can hit me. Thank you, T-34. Made me miss the T-32 shot, but I at least have my HP still. I just missed another shot on him too. Crap. The Fury against the T-44. I'm not banking on the Fury. Fury, just hide for over there. Thank you, Borsig. Celiacs? Yeah. Not this... Don't mean this in any way. I hate cooking for people with celiacs, but whenever we get one, it is a pretty serious thing, as you would know. You gotta clean everything, scrub it, sanitize it, and definitely... Pretty much, because I prep essentially, say, half the things in the kitchen. I'll just pretty much cross off anything I know I personally haven't done for somebody. Or if somebody else isn't there who made it, I'll just tell them, sorry. Like, even if our recipe doesn't have it in it, anything gluten, I'll just be like, can't Most people don't take that stuff seriously. Is it muffled? Is my audio screwed up for anybody else? I can pull this a little bit closer here. If it's kind of staticky, I can definitely fix that. I just have to, you know, reset my microphone. But yeah. At the same time, though, I can't count. Like, I've probably say this year, like, I've cooked for, on average, say about 200, 250 people a day, considering high and low seasons. We probably get someone with celiacs, like, actually has it. Probably, I can probably say a dozen people this year. On the other hand, probably have had at least, you might be saying that because a lot of times I was in this mode here. It's a little bit louder when I zoom in like that, but I would say I've at least had 100 people on the safe side say that they have like celiacs. I'm gonna do another premium because I still got time here. I'll hop in IS6. Who have it, and then you're like, oh, sorry, you can't have. Let's see, if someone wants a fried grouper sandwich, but they say, hey, can I have it no bread? And if you can't bread the fish, and we're like, oh, sorry, all the fish is breaded. They're like, okay, I can have a little bit of breading. Like, you don't have celiacs then, people. Those people, I think, kind of ruin it, because you get them every single day in restaurants now, and people who say they're gluten-free or they're allergic to garlic, and they're actually not. And that kind of, you know, messes the whole flow up in a kitchen. So, but unfortunately, you know, it's kind of the way America's going. A little bit of people actually ruin things for people who actually have a problem. Because I actually, when I first switched over to like breakfast, lunch, I tailor how I set the menu up and the way I prep and keep things based off of, well, allergies, ease of cooking, but allergies are definitely a thing. I cut things out of recipes or replace them just so I don't have to deal with it. It's like, why use an oil that people can be allergic to, say, soy in your potatoes, when you can just use something like butter, something like that. So, but anyway, enough about cooking here. Ryan did have a suggestion for the stream where she could start, only because I think the one person who is the person who plays World of Tanks in the school she teaches at, she could do math problems on here for him. But I think you guys are slowly winning her over to join the stream someday. It's just really, not to say all she's good at is math, but she could teach math behind me for anyone who needs it. Hello, Dubstep. Nice to see you. Yeah, it's like, I get the fad, like people wanting to be healthier, but it definitely does ruin it for people, like, as you know, and you know, I experience every day at work. It's like, there's one thing being gluten-free for a diet, and there's another thing actually being gluten-free. If it's a diet, just eat a little bit of gluten, it's not gonna kill you. Like, stuff like that. Where that T71 must be up on those train tracks. Alright, that super Persian I'm gonna assume is fine. I might regret doing this. I'm just gonna push up a little bit here. That tortoise is pushing up to where I was. I'm gonna give him a little bit more room and see if I can spot them a little bit. We do need to help that super Persian out now. He's a little bit harder time than... Shit, where the hell did he pen me? honestly did not think he was going to penetrate me there because my lower glacis was hidden. That time it wasn't. That was my bad. Oopsie daisy. Look at him. Crap, 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 crap. Alright. Not getting plinked at by anything else over here, so I'll move up here to see if we can get this T55 out. But, alright. So our tortoise, thanks for bringing that to my attention. I thought he was going to help else out, but instead he's staring at the center. Nice to know that Artie's aiming at me. Thank you, Artie. I'm going to definitely take a hit here. And shit, I don't have a repair kit. That was a big no-no. But I'll chase after him just to try to help my team out a little bit. There we go. I'm trying super version to get to you. And now you're... Yeah, now the super version's screwed. I was trying my best to get to him, honestly. But I'll give this Indian Panzer credit. Granted, he does have a pretty good... He has pretty good penetration on his gun. Just, I was expecting some help from you, Tortoise, and never got it. But unfortunately, the IS-6, I didn't want to push out there, but it was really the only spot I could see doing any use other than sit there and wait for him to push into us. But still got a few minutes left here, so I'll do... Just trying to eke out as much credits as I can here. Why don't I hop back into the 59? Well, that depends on, you know, the area you're at, actually, Martin. It's like servers, like say in my area, cooking you actually make a lot more money where I'm at because, you know, it's a steady paycheck and you get, you know, you get a pretty decent wage hourly. Not that I'm hourly, but serving, I mean, you make your money in like 3 months out of the year here, and then the fringe seasons you make like half as what you would make in the summer a day, but it's just not enough. A lot of people serve, but it's just because there's not a lot of jobs here. But I could see where, like, if you're in a year-round place in, say, a city or something, you'd make a shit ton of money serving. Because I did it. Honestly, I don't know the specifics of that gun. I just know, like, he was hitting me for a little bit of damage each time. It just low alpha, high penetration. I was trying my best not to fight him, but unfortunately I couldn't push into the 55A early on. But yeah, because I started out before I cooked, dishwash, serve, bellhop, a little bit of everything. And serving, I'd walk out from working like 3 hours for breakfast with like $250 some mornings. It's not bad for, you know, serving for 3 hours and then about an hour and a half's work before and after. Just trying to get some spots off for my team. Not that my gun's wanting to work either, but didn't get any. I got a little bit of spotting damage there, but not as much as I'd like. They're actually pushing pretty hard up here. I've got to go help them with this T54 Mod 1. Holy crap, AMX 12T. You got some balls there. It's just I don't want this guy to survive for as long as he has so far. Because he's going to pull all my TDs down here. He's pulled me down here already, but you know, he's going to pull them all down, and then they're going to take shots from the enemy, which I'm going to start heading towards, so it's harder to hit me. Granted, I should be aiming at him a little bit better here. go. Ooh, one more shot, please. Thank you. I just know I can pretty much auto-pen his turret. Hello, Dana. Nice to see you. That's pretty nice. It's kind of like a lot of places here, like Ryan, when she bartends, you also have tables and serving food, so it kind of stacks up, you know, more so than, you know, just bartending. Oh god. After this, I was going to play a T40, then I can get to a heavy tank dubstep. Here we go. The Indian Panzer's not bad. It's just definitely, it's like the other Germans. It's definitely like a sniper, stuff like that. Support tank most of the time. But hey, it can give you a run for your money if you're fighting on hills. It does have decent gun depression. Not the best, but he's AFK. I hope. Yep, that's my fault for stopping there, but I was not sure that that guy was AFK or not. Oh my god. This is why the Type 59 is not as overpowered as some people think. Its gun handling is, not to say atrocious, but it could definitely use a little bit of a boost to it. I'm worried about this other SPG, but I'm worried about the OMI here. Because yeah, I'm still spotted. Here we go. It's just, I need an APCR shell. It's T44, I'm now out of its range. Yep, no problem, dubstep. I took a little bit of a risk. Like, I just saw where their team was and kind of weighed risk and reward. And fortunately for me, I just saw that a couple tanks could shoot me there, and you know, figured it was more important to spot their arty. Now, if ours could hit him, that would be awesome. Okay. Okay, unfortunately he got me there, and ours missed. I thought I was safe, but somehow he just barely eked that over. Like I said, I suck at fighting arty close up. I guess they could never do it. I'll admit it though. Alright, so, I'm not even gonna bother. At least we did win Serene Coast. That last minute of this personal reserve, but hey, the Tortoise, he ended up doing a crap ton of damage, thank God. I didn't do nearly as much as I wanted to though. Alright, the T40 was me next request. Oops, wrong guy. I did not mean to talk like a pirate there. Alright, after that I'll play a heavy tank. And if there's any other requests, I'll gladly take them after that. I still have just about an hour. Yeah, it's like already, honestly, most of the time, I'm very good at avoiding it, you know, at mid-long ranges. And not really having too much issues there, but close up, I have the worst luck with SPGs. I don't know how he flung that shot over, you know, that little incline. But he definitely got me there. And even the last stream, I think it was, when I was on... Was it the last stream? Maybe I wasn't streaming, but I believe it was with, yeah, it was with Graham and Jerry. I think it was... I wasn't streaming now. Mountain Pass. Or no, not Mountain Pass. Arctic region. I freaking got hit from an SPG, like, way down, say there, and I was up here. Didn't even spot me or anything, just flung a shot over and killed me on cat. But yeah, I don't get it. I definitely can't do that in my arties most of the time. But yeah, it's one of those things where I pretty much, I always hesitate a little bit too much. We got a lot of people on the 1 to 4 line. I always like that, but at the same time, I'm not up there to help them. I do not like that, and yeah, we're gonna lose the TVP, unfortunately. And yeah, that side, I don't have high hopes for that now. It's just I hate people that sit up here. Typically, I like putting people behind the buildings here. I do like getting A1, but he needs a lot more support, or else they're just going to push and take him out very quickly. I'm going to take a little bit of a risk here and try to push across. That paid off. At least I hit the T57, but I can do the WZ-111-14. I'll play a heavy and then I'll play that, because that's technically a medium with my eyes. But yeah, I've only done premium so far, so the last hour here, any requests I'll do them. I think Anthony wanted the platoon as well. He is up to tier 8s. Fight the IS-7 over here. I was trying to fight something with a little bit less armor, just because the T-30's gun isn't the most accurate. But with this IS-7 angled like this, I should be able to surprise him. And of course, yep, IS-7 side armor. I was trying to get that off quick because he was loaded. And I lost my element of surprise now, unfortunately. Our other side's actually doing pretty well. I don't think I'm spotted by that other IS-7, so I'll hop out here and focus on this guy now. He's got his hands full. I'll actually aim in a little bit more here. There we go. Cool. You don't see that every day in an IS-7, setting them on fire through the front. Nice. This T10's gonna push now. I'll be able to hit him. Oops. I'll take a shot. Well, I put one yesterday, one today, frame. Unless the kind of cutting that stream, I had to fix it earlier on. I forgot to switch it from 60 FPS to 30 because I was recording today. Unless that created a separate video, it might have. Yeah, I was causing my FPS to go from 45 to 60, and it was throwing me off more than I would have liked. Come on, guys. Come on. Anyone. T57 ain't there. Thought he only could see my tracks. Probably could have taken a little bit more time to aim at him. Just, I don't know how he hit me in the hole there, but he got me. It's probably the smallest little bit there. At least, you know, got a win here at least. Another freaking... I hate the T-30's gun, honestly. I rebought it mainly because a lot of you guys asked for it, but the T-30's gun does not sit well with me compared to what it was before. Just the amount of shots they kept hitting low on that IS-7 there, with all those 0 damage critical hits. Type 59. I'm very glad we won that. I would have been a little surprised if we had lost. Alright, I'll play a heavy tank when I go almost as heavy as they can come here. I'll do the E100, then I'll do the WZ-111-14. Hello Abdul, nice to see you. Yeah, the video, I'm going to be putting out a video tomorrow. Don't know if all you guys heard me talking about it earlier. It's in the PZ-34. First battle, today's stream started at 4, Abdul. Wednesday's 4 to 7 p.m. now. PZ-34, it's an ace tanker match. I do like 1500 damage, spot for 2400. But I ended up quitting when I died, which unfortunately I did. I couldn't see the end, but 2 E25s on the enemy team. One got 9 kills, 6 after I left. Made probably one of the better comebacks I've ever seen happen. It's like we were up, I think 8 tank. It was like 8 to 3 or 9 to 3 or something, and they came back from that. But it was a pretty fun match. I just wish I would have been able to see the end of it. Granted, I would have been cursing at my teammates, because before I left, like you'll see in the video, I was like, hey guys, E25s, you know, it was Malinovka, pulled all the way back to the base in the south, sat behind the buildings back there, and please don't push one by one. Well, obviously, that's what they did. Actually, I do prefer the other Tier 9 TD. It's boring as hell to play, but no, I do not have an E25. I wish I did, though. T95 is boring as all hell to play, but honestly, the gun, it works a little bit better for me on that. Probably because you're going slower, but it's just the T30's gun. If you could have played the game back when they switched it to a TD, the initial change, it wasn't terrible. It was still a good tank. They nerfed it about, I would say, at least 4 times after that, because this was before TDs had more TDs had turrets, and you know, mediums were tier 10 and a bunch of other stuff, and it was just they continually nerfed the T30 into the freaking ground to where it's at now, and it didn't need it. Like, touchy subject. Yeah, they probably could sell it for a, you know, a pretty good chunk of change. I'm sticking with heat just because of this heavy tank that's up here. I need to angle. I kind of wish I had HE going for me right now. I'm just gonna try to make sure I get this guy out. Yeah, especially since you won $1 grand. I'll push if I get some help. Alright, we got it. It's very rare to see 2 260s in a match. I'm actually not well versed on my weak spots for the 260. I know it's the lower plate, but the lower plate can be very tough close up. And the hatch is, you know, pretty typical for a tank, but overall it does have pretty good armor. Okay. That's the 558, so I'll take my hits for the team here, but it would be very, very nice if somebody else could, you know, push out. They're all kind of hovering around me, expecting me to, like, save them. Come on, push. Something. Yeah, fall back. Like, what's... I'm about to get really angry here. Like, literally. I hate people. You have almost full HP. Just push up right there and attack. You very rarely see me get angry, but we should have been able to roll right over him in the first little blow there. Instead, our 260 freaking cowered behind me, and yeah. That's what I get for pushing out and taking shots for people. I should know better by now. Luckily, I don't have anger issues, and I'm not someone. Oh, I don't need this second monitor, and knock it out. It's just earlier I played. I played a couple matches, or no, I think just one, but it was sometime either today or yesterday, and I had a little streak where people kept doing that. I would push out because I was playing a lot of the IS6 KV5 yesterday, and people would just be like, "Nope, we're just gonna hide back here." It's definitely striking a nerve. It was. I just don't get it. Like, yeah. But 260 looked like he was playing aggressive there, and then I push out. Hey, I'll take some shots for you. I have HP. And then he's like, nope, I got hit once. I'm gonna hide. I actually did see people discussing, like earlier, I was saying, I see a lot of forum threads about people saying the server's dying and stuff like that, and how if the population ever does drop in World of Tanks a ton, they would probably push bots into battles, kind of like they do to World of Warplanes right now. It actually might solve quite a few problems with the game if you have bots on your team for half of them. Well, playing aggressively, like if North American server and SEA to an extent too, they're much different than other servers. Typically EU and specifically RU servers, things are done pretty aggressively, but it's not to say it's the best strategy, but to me, you win more matches being aggressive. You take map control, and if he pushes one force into, those tanks that were there, the 260 was by himself once we got that medium out, and then there's two TDs, so if you push in, you kind of cut them in half, and you kill the 260, then you focus on the TDs. It's a lot better than sitting there and letting, both you and the other side kind of trade shots against one another. But yeah, unfortunately it doesn't always work out, but I wouldn't have pushed up as hard as I did if that 260 did not, kind of push up harder than I was initially. So he was kind of taking the initiative there. But the way I always look at it is playing aggressive, you kind of take control of the battle most of the time. Compared to if you play passive in a tank, that doesn't need to be played passive. You're leaving the fate of, as far as your tank, and also whether or not you win, lose, in the hands of the enemy, and also your teammates. I don't really sit well with that. I would rather, be the one out there trying to win the match. And yes, you might make mistakes, and you certainly look dumb sometimes doing it, but you do learn to where it's better for you to control the flow of the battle than leaving it in someone else's hands most of the time. Yeah, kind of like Cram said, like, I'm not being aggressive just to push out, gun-ho, run into the enemy full speed ahead. I kind of am pushing the spots where you know, are semi-safe, but if your team doesn't kind of go along with it and they hide, then it definitely can be a pretty big issue for you. Okay, right here, I can get shot pushing up here, but trying to get that guy out, because right now he's spotting all the guys on our base. Or not our base, but what I hope will become our base. The dreaded Indian Panzer. It's my arch nemesis for the stream. Shit, took that guy out. I'm gonna try to pull him a little bit further back here. God, my gun does not want to work against Indian Panzers today, obviously. I don't want to be out here for too long. I also don't want to get shot by this Borsig, of all things. That thing, you know, I don't know what gun he has yet. I honestly don't want to find out. Yeah, the gun, I do love the gun on this, but it can be a little bit temperamental sometimes on its accuracy. Yeah, I hit the building there. Shit, now he's... Yeah, I gotta protect their backside. Oh god. Handbrake! My gun will now work Indian Panzer. At least I hope it will. Yeah, I know that. I know IS2. Thank you. Dealing with an Indian problem here. These things can be very annoying when you have a fast tank, high penetration, low damage. It can just, you know, slowly chip you away. I'm gonna kind of go out on a limb here against this Borsig. I'm gonna hope that he had pushed up there. Nope, he's right there. Here we go. I think he has a better reload than myself. Bye. Unfortunately for most people who play the Borsig, your tank is extremely long compared to your turret. Going that way does not work. You can always get a shot in their hull first. But at least we got a win here. Did 3,000 damage, spotted for 1,600. Yeah, I can hop into the Tortoise. As long as... I know Anthony wanted to platoon here. He doesn't have up to tier 9, but if I can fit one more match in, I'll try to do that. He is up to tier 8 right now. Okay, unfortunately for this tank, it does lack armor. But the gun on it is extremely, as Dana said, fun. I kind of wish the tier 10 would have this option as a gun as well once I get to that. Alright. Somehow I got a Steel Wall Award. Hey, yay, we won Erlingberg. Thank God. Nope, not on yet, so I can hop into... Don't think that's anyone from the stream. If it was, let me know. Hop into the Tortoise. I actually saw today, well, there's yet another Russian premium tier 8 heavy tank in Super Test. It's essentially a prototype to the IS-6. Worse armor, but a better gun with more penetration. think if that makes it through super test, that will be the IS-6's replacement for a standard matchmaking one. So it has a pike nose instead of the flat glacis that you see now. And there's also a new Clan Wars reward tank, the 121B, which essentially is the 121 we have now. Thicker armor on it, especially on the turret. The hatches are very strong, but the turret gets buffed armor-wise. You also see a pretty good buff on the upper glacis, but the gun is 105 millimeters, so 390 damage, I think. But pretty decent rate of fire. It's definitely lower than all the other mediums, I think. But the armor on it is pretty awesome, except for the lower glacis. No. If you ever buy a tank, you don't lose it. Like, they'll never take that away from you. And if for whatever reason they do, not that they've ever done that, you always keep your tanks. Except for the T40-2 when they replace that. That was a standard tank. They'll always, refund you your gold. If not, then some, if it's a premium tank. Yeah, premium tanks, they might remove them from the shop and, rebalance them sometimes, but not nerf them, essentially. It's actually not the upgraded gun of the T54. They'll never take them away from you. You can thank the EU for that. Essentially, Wargaming, since they're based, is it Belarus, I believe, or Minsk, wherever the hell that is. I think that is in Belarus. They're bound, especially because they have the EU server by EU laws, and something buying like a premium tank, it's very difficult to change that under EU laws. So nobody, I don't even think Wargaming knows when they're going to replace the IS-6, but they're super testing that tank, and that seems like if it's not a Clan Wars reward tank, that looks like it's going to be the replacement, just with the gun and the matchmaking it's getting. Whoa, T10, 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 no, dude. Oh my god. I just can't fight on the hills here. I'm trying to get back here, but we're going to lose all of our frickin' tanks before I can actually do that. I know they're in the south there helping them out, but if we don't get some help here, we're going to lose all of our tier 9s here. I'm just loading APCR here. So I screwed up there, taking those couple shots there. But unfortunately, the Tortoise is not a good tank fighting on hills. I don't know why I went over here, but I'm very much regretting it. I definitely screwed this up a lot. And the M12 got me. Yeah, the Tortoise's weaknesses are, they're just glaring at you, that huge loader thing. That's why I usually stay away from hills there, but a little bit of a lapse in judgment. Yeah. Ah, nice. I didn't know about that, Rich. Well, there you go. If you want the IS, there's a special he said about that. We'll see you, Jerry. Hopefully you have a good time. Did I say I was going to play a certain tank? Felt like I had a request for something, but I forget. Why don't I play something like the IS-7 here? But yeah, that Tortoise match, I almost always stay away from hills on it. Typically you see me stay away from hills and specifically like towns and cities. But yeah, I kind of screwed myself there. I would have been better off, even though I don't like going into town, slipping through there. But oh well. Alright, I am going to push up the 1 to 2 line. You've seen me do that a lot recently. I have to worry about this Leopard 1 specifically. Yeah, I can play the Churchill one. I do have it. Like, I still have 36 minutes here left in the stream before I was going to end it. That's not bad for an IS-6. Yeah, especially if you don't, already have gold in the game or plan on getting, say, like $100 gold package. That's not bad for an IS-6 at all. Yeah, high tiers does help as far as the team, like you said, team reliability. Oh Lord, I didn't expect my lights to push out there. I would, hey, if you're just getting one tier 8 premium tank and you don't care too much about crew training, not that most people do have Russian tanks, but IS-6, it's hard pressed to find something better than it. It does, but it's, come on, dude. Tortoise going over a hill, that huge weak spot, your loaders, cupola up there, that's the first thing the enemy sees. It's gigantic and they're gonna hit it. That's the problem you have with the Tortoise. So even though you have the gun depression, it's just your gun's low on that tank and you're going to take so much damage getting over. Just, you can't always go strictly off of the gun depression values. Like the mouse, I believe, has 8 or 10 degrees of gun depression. Holy shit. Wish I had done that. But no one would consider the mouse having excellent gun depression. About Mr. Borsig over here. If I missed anything else on my way over. Just don't know if he moved or not. This little turret's gonna annoy me. Really? Critical hit. Oh Lord. I think I credit his gun of all things. Oh shit. He's flipped over. I was gonna help him get them out, because that guy's spotting, spotting all of them. Which, thank you, Artie. That's exactly what I wanted. Ooh, you're lucky. I'm gonna try to make it across here while shooting at the Leopard 1. Probably failing in the process, but... Thank you. I was trying to get out of their spotting range if this RU isn't back here. Okay, I need to rethink this. Also need to not the chat right now. I can get to your tanks though, I have plenty of time. Obviously this RU is still out there somewhere. Please don't get shotgunned. Thank you, M41. You are better at me than killing SPGs. Oh, that's not good. Would very much like to kill that leopard. He's, you know, gonna be a problem if I want to push anywhere. Just with my HP, kind of dialing it back a notch here. I missed that shot on him too. Shit, I am failing here at helping these guys. Oh, thank God. I'm still feeling like shit. I could have taken so many shots there, and yeah. Crap. I can try to get to those tanks. Now I'm just I got myself in a really bad spot now. Kind of frustrated at myself. We do need someone to spot. Crap, he's on the... I don't want to push, but... It's just I'm looking at the amount of tanks they have back. I can't cap, unfortunately. My only real chance here is to help my team kill them all. But even going on the cap would be ill-advised. I'm gonna try to make it down here. If they didn't have those two autoloaders, I honestly would have pushed a lot further by now. But yeah, they're in our base. I gotta try something here. Oh, and of course I run right into both of them, of all things. And I don't have a repair kit. Oh Lord. This could turn out badly if this T... Oh God, he's starting to make his way over to flank me. Not good, not good. No, I don't have a repair kit. Yeah, I'm screwed. Oh well, I tried my best there, but I definitely screwed up helping my guys out in the center. Almost did 4k damage though. Alright, just seeing if... Doesn't look like Anthony's on still. We lost Tortoise match, of course. So the next request I had up was... Oops, wrong way. Churchill 1. So I'll play the Churchill 1, then I'll play a T110 tank. I'll do the E3, then I'll play the T29, and I'll try to get to the FCM. I did play that earlier, at least once, Abdul, but I'll try to get to it if I have time. Lovely matchmaking here. Just taking a peek at... Okay, I can make that penetration work if I need to. I was just like, please don't be like 100. That would be very bad. But yeah, kind of like Uber said, as far as gun depression, like I say, you can't take it at face value. You have to also take into account the way the tank's designed. It's like, say if this got, I don't even know the gun depression on this, but say it got 15 degrees of gun depression. Your turret's not gonna stick out too much over hills. However, if you look at how long the freaking tank hole is, and also where the turret's placed, your hole's gonna show. Specifically, you know, your lower glacis and stuff. So there's a few factors that you have to take into account how useful gun depression is. That's why certain tanks, say like the IS-7, doesn't have great gun depression, but turret is situated a little bit towards the front of the tank. It makes it feel like it has a little bit more times, but Same thing with the IS-4. Granted, that does have better gun depression than the IS-6. Or, not the IS-6, the IS-7. But really, it just all comes down to the chassis of the tank, turret placement, height of the turret, and gun placement in the turret. So I could mess that T29 up with this thing if I get him in the right spot, but I was thinking about getting down in here. I like going down there if I'm low tier. It's really high risk, high reward, but oftentimes, you know, teams overlook that spot and you can get some free damage. Well, I might be able to get to the FCM, Abdul. I just don't want to promise it to you. I can get to the T29, I'm sure of that. Okay, something shot at us there. Alright, at this point the T29 might pop up here, or the Tiger 1. The VK probably would have made it here by now. Not really liking how... There's the VK. I'm out front. I'm not gonna round that corner in this. You can take it, Big Daddy. Or they say like Senpei or something. I go into forums too much. Yep, that's my problem there. It's T29 now. I'm gonna need a little bit of help here with some APCR. I can't spot that stug, and I'm not going to push into something that I can't see. Oh crap, a very small sliver of a shot. Crap, we are in a spot where, yeah, I can't push there. Are we able to spot right there? It'd be nice if we can get a spot there. Unfortunately, this tank, like, I was hoping that I'd have 15 degrees of gun depression, but this thing is very uncomfortable to use. And unfortunately, I put myself in a position where, yeah, I can't really help my team out now. Hey, there's the little stud. I'm gonna try to get... Be in a spot where I can help a little bit. Shit. Wish I could have helped him out, but at least he got him. The stug can't hit me, T29 can't hit me with that rock. Hello, VK. Hello, Ding. Lord. I was setting that up perfectly, and then here's a frickin' TD over there, go figure. Yep. I want them to keep the middle spotted, but it definitely went down the drain when their lights pushed into us. It's just, fortunately being a 5 and a 7 match, like I could definitely do stuff with my gun here. It's just the Churchill's main downfall is the freaking hull of the tank. It's just so freaking uncomfortable to use on anything other than flat terrain and stuff, you know, like city maps and stuff, where you can kind of angle around corners and whatnot. I feel bad. I want to help right now, but yeah, can't do shit, and I'm dead. Well, thanks for requesting that, Dubstep. So far, all the tanks you've requested, I've done really bad in. Yeah. You have a knack for picking those tanks, don't you? Unfortunately, we lost this. Did a decent amount of damage, but I could have helped my team out a little bit better. T110E3, and then T29 FCM. That was probably the first time I've went to the peninsula in I don't even know how many matches. I almost never go out there, and obviously now I'm never going to head out there ever again. Alright, it's an E3, Siegfried line. Probably going to push that corner that I usually do. E6, F6, yeah. This side is a little bit harder to push, only because if your team doesn't push early on, you have a slight advantage getting into this side compared to the other team. However, if you look at how the map's designed, if you don't push early on through these locations and get into this area here, the enemy has a lot more routes they can get into the center of the city, and unfortunately, you know, typically people play very safe and passive. That can be a problem, but fortunately for us, never mind, they stopped. I thought they were going to go doink right in there, or possibly in this area, but yeah. Did I let you go in there alone? I don't remember. But we honestly need to push the city. Camping outside the city does not work on this map, especially from the southern side. Oh Lord. I definitely didn't aim as well as I needed to, but no shit the T-54 isn't gonna scout. Does he look like a light tank? He'll frickin' get annihilated there. I honestly don't go into the field, especially early on, even in a light tank a lot of times. Oh, I wish I got that TVP. I hate those things. We're need 25s. Even in heavy tanks, I find the Peninsula kind of useless unless nobody on your team goes. It's just such a waste of, not a waste of time, but it's so much longer for less gain, in my opinion. Crap, through the E75 here now. I thought he was a little bit further out. Surprise, little TVP. I'm so glad I killed you. That's worth it, even if I get ammo racked here. I hate TVP drivers. No offense to Martin, don't you have one? I think it's you who has one. Or maybe... oh, I forget his name off the top of my head. Somebody here has it. Ooh, our team is pushing. I'm gonna regret this. Yep. Probably not worth it on my end. Especially because I got a 674 damage low roll. I just wish I was on that side. It's just getting over there is a little bit of a challenge now. I know. I'm sure a lot of things I do, people who watch me regularly are like, we know. We know. Oh my god. Our team is fighting amongst each other. STV. Yeah, if you want to go get the kill, fine. If he had more HP, I would push the other direction, but I don't trust my team to get in here. help you, but you're a little bit too far up. I would have been able to help you if you know, sat back further there. Try to help you. Get Z3 if I set up right. Mistaken. I could be completely wrong and walk right into a shot. Chose correctly there. Always shoot on those, you know, track wheels, and I'm just gonna keep myself at a little bit of a distance here. Fortunately, I did not track him there, so I'm gonna try to. Thank you, Type 5. Let's say try to get up to where someone else can kill him. Whew. They are playing pretty aggressive, but they're playing, or at least some of them were, but they were playing it completely the wrong way. They were aggressive after they lost the center, which that can work, but fortunately for me, my team piled in right behind me. If they hadn't, it would have been a completely different match, of course. Yeah, I should have time to do that T29 and the FCM. Abdul. That RU obviously does not have my bad luck. I already didn't even try to aim at him. But I find the E3 to be best when you play it pretty aggressive there. Yep, we lost. I'm not even going to look at the Churchill 1 match. That was pitiful. T29. Made a decent amount of credits today. Not as much as I made yesterday, but 3.5 million should get me a little bit of the way to where I want to be. It's just, unfortunately, it's not the tank prices that get me, it's just equipment. Oh, need an equipment sale to go off when I actually have credits for equipment, because about 1.5 million for each tank I have to equip, that's the kicker. I was kind of looking at the amount of equipment I have, and maybe someday let them hear your voice, Graham. It was just, I would have to set up, because having, you know, say my microphone work with the client, I've always had issues with that. I'd have to set up something like TeamSpeak 3 or something like Discord or Mumble or something. I've just had issues using the client, speaking through that in the game, and then also making videos with it. I've never tried streaming, but making videos, recording local and streaming, it's pretty much the same process. I'm getting a little bit distracted here towards the end. My stomach is like turning. I'm very hungry since I went most of today, you know, doing and being productive. Yeah, maybe you guys shouldn't push that side hard. I honestly don't like pushing that side. It's like you start on this side, you can take a lot of this, and this side's pretty easy to defend. Same goes for the other side. You're better off pushing this side because you can take more ground early on and kind of hunkering back and defending here. But what do I know? Now what we do need to do is get all these guys up, because you guys have no shots back there. So we've seen this, you know, a few matches ago right now. Here's the hoping that anybody on my team pushes up to help me. Got a nice little track there. Would have been nice, you know, someone else to join in on that. Yeah, no. Sorry, that E100 match is still bothering me a little bit, if you can't tell. Okay, there's a TD back there. Not terribly concerned about him now. There's a lot of TDs back there, actually. Actually, now I am a little bit concerned. But only concerned enough to pull back a little bit. IS, please let me by you. I'll have to set it up someday though. Like, it's just, I finally, like I said, got my local recording programs and stuff on here. So, I'll get to, because I have TeamSpeak and everything, Skype set up on my other PC. It's just this one, it's not set up on. Which is funny because my other PC is literally right there. T69, go away. Nobody likes you. Already, come on guys. Anybody else gonna push here? No, these guys are still just sitting back there. Yeah, no shit, there's people up there. I don't know why the OI is pinging A0. Like, we know they're back there. I just wish the other people behind me would push up a little bit. Please. Please and thank you. No. BP isn't doing it. I will try. Yep. I can't push into both of these. There we go. Finally. It's just this team is not working at all together. Like, you can't expect us to push over in all these freaking TDs. Getting shot by a T69 on the side and swap to APCR. But this T69 has been sitting in the open where he could have hit, or those two guys could have hit him, and our SPGs. And instead, he's done, I would venture to say at least 2k damage from that position. My gun is not at all accurate. At least we're still ahead, but it should have gone a lot quicker than it is going right now. Thank you. Wait for him to load. Fortunately, this Dicker Max, I need him to shoot for me to be able to spot him. Yeah, he's all the way freaking back there. Come on, Comet, you have full HP. Please. Please, 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 just spot him for us. So now this is, because it's a premium TD, it still has the firing bonus like the E25. It's not as, you know, not nearly as high as the E25, but it is good enough to where, yep, unfortunately, that was a little frustrating, which our SPG isn't even playing. I just noticed that. Yeah. Yeah, he finally spotted him. And he finally killed him. He moved over, that's why. Because he was shooting me way back. There's a little bit of bushes back there. But at least we're going to win this. See you, Gary. I'll play the FCM here, and then this will be my last match of tonight. This is good. I'm starting to... I do not want to see that map anymore. It's 2 times attacking there that if we had just stuck as a team and pushed as one, we would have won. But everyone... I don't know what it is. Once you get that corner, they all, like, panic. Like... Yeah, he wasn't even in there. His username was grayed out. He either disconnected or, you know, quit the match. I'm hoping the Cubs win, honestly. Sorry. It's mainly because someone I went to high school, I think I brought him up next or last stream, Matt Caesar. He's on the Cubs. Not that he's playing right now in the World Series, but he's been in the news quite a bit for the Cubs this year. Where do I want to go? I'll switch it up and head north. I might end up back down there. I find the south a little bit easier to push and also defend, but I also find, because right here a lot of times SPGs spawn, so 2 SPGs spawn there and probably 3 tanks. So a lot of the times the enemy doesn't put enough people there to defend, and it can be the weakest flank to push. Like if you get a crap ton of SPGs, say like 4, I usually push that pretty damn hard, especially if I'm in a fast tank. Once you get up here, you can kind of easily spot them. Not always, but yeah. Knowing little things like that definitely does help you out a little bit. But it can also lead you astray because right now they have T10 and a T54 mod 1. Alright, they can't spot you right now, so stay out there and blast this little sucker. I have no idea what the resurgence is. I think it's because it's on track, honestly. It's not a bad tank though. Like, I had trouble against the 2 I was facing. It's got, you know, a high rate of fire, a lot of penetration, so you can, you know, definitely do a number on people. And its turret, while not the strongest turret around, it does have a lot of, you know, it's kind of shaped like Uber would say, the PZ-58's troll turret. It's kind of shaped like that, so it can be pretty difficult to damage. Knew he was aiming at me. Fortunately, yep, he's got the little dinky gun. I love when T-49s have the 90mm with the, you know, the HE rounds. It's just, I feel bad at times having them shoot at me. But no, the Indian Panzer, it's on track, so 30% off, more credits and more experience or whatever playing it. Yeah, more experience. AT-15's pushing up. I hope he keeps pushing up. I need to find out where these guys went. Just not confident in heading too far up here. Our team's doing good at least. Yeah, we know he's back there. Shooting at the T10 and T54, which is more useful. Waiting to see if these guys are going to want to come up with me. Come on. There we go. definitely regrets following me. There we go. That's the tank I was waiting for. We need two of us to, you know, kind of 1-2 punch him here. He's kind of the anchor on their team right now. Lord, Hardy, go away. Come on, flop off. Still don't want to be shot by it, but hoping this IS-3 can... Holy crap, T-34 at HE. I think he thinks I'm the new French Tier 8 coming out. This one doesn't have that much armor. Come on, IS-3. Okay. At least we got him killed. It's like we should have killed him by now. They're still bashing their head against the AT-15. Like, AT-15 has literally no mobility. You're just basically able to move right around it, and he wouldn't be able to do much, you know. But now I'm gonna end up dying here to a T-54. I'm gonna try to ram him a little bit, just to get a little bit more damage. It's better to do a little bit more damage and die than, you know, just let him shoot you. But this was my last battle for tonight, so I'll see how this winds. Holy crap. Why? What is this guy doing? Sorry, dude. I have no idea, but pretty sure you're just a bot. But, I'll stick till the end of this match, see how it turns out. From the looks of it right now, the T30, I'm not too enthusiastic about this. Shit, we just lost. Yeah. I'm refraining from typing anything right now. It's just, yeah. He's not even inactive. He's just, yeah. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. It was nice chatting with a lot of you. Yeah, unfortunately here this is looking like it's gonna be a loss. I'll be back Friday, 6 to 8 p.m. Also Sunday as well. But I should have a video out tomorrow as well. Should be pretty interesting to watch, at least to see the end result of it. Give props to that E25 guy I was talking about that's going to be in this video. But here's the hoping this doesn't drag on too long. He's gone. But I'm just interested to see if this T30 wakes up and starts shooting people here at the end. That would pretty much confirm that he's a bot. A very bad one at that. Some of them, like he had taken a shot into the air. And now, yeah, he's going to shoot at probably the closest thing spotted to him now. But some of the bad mods stick their guns up in the air because they're not programmed. I only know this because I don't use any mods, but I've read up about them. You stick their gun up in there and shoot because they're not, programmed specifically for a specific map. So shooting up in the air, they're not going to team damage anybody, but it still looks like they're active shooting something. And now it's just flip-flopping between whatever spotted, so. Wait. And he's a goner. If he's not a bot, though, then not to make fun of someone if they're that bad, but you should not be playing a T30. But again, thanks for watching, guys. Nice chatting with a lot of you. We did win the T29 match too. Thank God. That was getting a little bit worrisome, but yeah, I'll take it. And FCM did almost 2,800 damage, but they're already, holy crap, they're already won that for them. Specifically their Lorraine. Hopefully that completed a mission for that guy. But yeah, nice chatting with you guys. Hopefully I'll see you next stream, or one of these ones coming up, and hopefully have a good rest of your day here. I'll see you around.